Greetings, everybody. Today I'm going to go ahead and give you my initial impressions of this Feelworld PM1 dynamic microphone. This is a microphone that has both XLR and USB inputs. Currently, this voiceover is being recorded via the USB-C input. It also has an output in the back of it that allows you to live monitor the sound coming from it, which comes in very helpful when you are doing voiceovers such as this one. Before I get to my impressions, I just want to let you know what comes inside the box. It has the microphone itself. It comes with the U-shaped bracket. It comes in with a 2-meter long dual port USB and USB Type-C cable. It comes with the user manual, and the version of the device that I received also included an XLR cable and a metal base. So keep a lookout for those details depending on which device you actually go ahead and order. Now, my impressions of this device initially are very, very high. The biggest surprise is that for a budget microphone at this price point, everything is extremely sturdy. What do I mean by that? The build quality is very high. Everything feels like it's made out of metal, and except for obviously the wind protector on the capsule. Other than that, everything is very solid. It feels like it can go ahead and take a lot of travel with you if you are going ahead and using this for a multi-purpose scenario. It feels like it is built to last. The button on the top of it that is used to control either the volume or the gain is a very, very high quality plastic, which was also a surprise, and the tactile feel of it when you're turning it is very pleasant to the touch. The metal base is very short. I wish it would have been a little bit longer, since they're going ahead and offering an option for it to come with a metal base. However, as is right now, it works just fine. It's quite heavier than I was expecting for some reason. I don't know. Usually microphones in this price point are very light and come with a lot of plastic parts, but this one seems like it's a lot more heavy duty than the competition. As far as the sound quality goes, it is not exactly a flat profile as far as the sound structure goes for this microphone, but it is very clear. It leans a lot towards the clarity. So if you're going ahead and purchasing this microphone so that you have a lot of spoken voice for it, then I believe this is going to be a very good purchase for you. I know there is a lot of competition out there for different types of microphones within this price point. However, if you are somebody who values build quality, this is definitely one of the top ones out there, and I feel like it will probably last a long time, especially if you're somebody that travels a lot, that throws your microphones into your backpack or whatever and don't have special equipment to keep it protected. I think this one will be able to survive a lot of rough and tumble scenarios. One other thing that I wanted to go ahead and just comment on is the RGB lighting on it. The RGB lighting is not customizable. It's there with a purpose. The purpose being that when you use it, when you use the volume button, it turns a blue color. When you use the gain, you use it as a gain button, then it turns into a green color. And when you mute this microphone, it just turns red. So it's more than anything an indicator, a very pretty indicator. It serves very good purpose. However, I do want you to be aware that it's not an RGB microphone that allows you to select your own colors. It's just there as an indicator. Which brings me to my next point, the button at the top that indicates gain and volume towards your headsets or your headset. It is a touch capacitive button. If you just tap on it, then it will mute. If you hold the button down for, I want to say 2 or 3 seconds, then it'll switch mode for the dial on there. So one mode is for microphone gain, which is how sensitive the microphone is to your voice, to the sound it's picking up in its surroundings. And then when you tap it over to the other option is to the volume level of how you get to hear, how loud you get to hear the sound out through your headphones that are plugged into this microphone. So it's pretty standard in many ways. However, the big selling point with this microphone, it's definitely built rugged. It's very clear, and I really like the sound signature for many applications, actually. One being podcasting, for example, and another being just regular old in-your-face videos like many people are doing for their at-home content creation. So it does serve many purposes, and as far as the sound signature of this microphone goes, as anything, it's just very subjective. It depends on what you like. And hopefully this initial impressions video that I'm providing for you will give you a good idea of the type of sound quality that you can get out of this microphone when in USB mode.
Alright, so today we're looking at the Feelworld PM1 dynamic microphone. This is their new white version actually, and it's their desktop version, not the one with the boom arm. So let's check it out. We have the base plate right here, instructions manual, microphone, some cables, and the base mount. Now previously they had the PM1 black version. Now they have this version, the white version, a nice aesthetic look for those that have a white background or a white desktop. It's a very neat looking microphone, very clean, very modern looking. This swivel mount, that's actually very, very nice. I really like it. It's metal and it's heavy duty. Overall, it's a very nice construction. You have your volume knob here, and like this previous PM1, it has your XLR connection as well as your USB-C connection and your headphone monitor connection. So it comes with a matching white USB-C cable. And this actually, like, not a lot of companies just do this, but they actually provide you with an XLR cable as well. So that's really neat. Like I said, this is the base plate. It's metal. It has a foam padding, so it protects whatever surface you're putting it on. It's also makes it nice and quiet, but it's very heavy. And then you have your base, which is also metal. So let's put this together. We'll screw this in right here. We'll screw the microphone in, and there you have it. Then you can either use your USB-C cable or your XLR cable to connect either to your mixer or your podcast equipment, or in this instance, I'm actually connected to the other PM1 via USB-C to my phone to record this. So if you're wondering what the quality of the sound is, this is exactly what it sounds like. Now, I do have some computers running in the background. You could probably hear the fans running. But this is what it sounds like. It's a very good quality. I actually really like it. Once you're plugged in, you can see that this lights up and it tells you where the volume level is at. So here it's at maximum, and if we want to lower it, now it's at the minimum. And then you can touch, so you can see that you know your volume level, and if you want to mute, you just tap there and it mutes the microphone. And then if you do a long press, it switches you over to the headphone volume, which the same thing, you can lower or max, and you can completely mute the headphones as well. So it's a really cool feature. I've not seen this on another condenser mic. But again, this is specifically for podcasting and such, but I have actually started experimenting with singing voices as well as instruments. So it's definitely a very neat microphone, very versatile. I love it. I had my first one and I needed a second one to start a production, and here I am. So definitely check it out. Feelworld is doing a lot of neat things, and it's definitely a microphone worth buying and having in your arsenal.
Das ist das Feelworld PM1 dynamische Mikrofon mit Supernierencharakteristik, XLR-Ausgang und USB-C-Anschluss für euren Rechner. Wenn ihr das Ganze per USB-C verbindet, habt ihr ein 24-Bit 96 kHz Audio-Interface und gleichzeitig noch einen Kopfhörerausgang per Klinke. An der Oberseite gibt es dann diesen Drehregler, da könnt ihr den Gain-Input regeln. Und über das Touchfeld könnt ihr das Mikrofon stumm schalten oder auch den Kopfhörerausgang entsprechend wählen, um dann wieder über den Drehregler die Lautstärke anzupassen. Da habt ihr also ein paar Optionen. An der Vorderseite gibt es noch diesen Leuchtring, den zeige ich euch gleich mal, wenn wir es per USB-C anschließen. Und ihr hört übrigens die ganze Zeit das Mikrofon, denn die Aufnahme, die ihr hier hört, ist mit diesem Mikrofon erstellt worden. Ich habe hier die Variante mit Tischstativ, es gibt auch noch eine mit Gelenkarm. Es ist wertig verarbeitet und macht einen sehr guten Eindruck. Jetzt schließen wir das Ganze mal per USB-C an den Rechner an und dann seht ihr auch schon, beginnt dieser Leuchtring zu leuchten. Toucht ihr jetzt einmal das Bedienfeld, dann wird das Mikro stumm geschaltet. Erneuter Touch wird es wieder entstumm und dann könnt ihr über den Gain-Regler in dem Fall die Lautstärke anpassen und einstellen. Ich finde die Aufnahmen ziemlich gelungen, sowohl für zu Hause als auch unterwegs. Ist echt ein cooles Mikrofon.